some people just like parts of you, but not you. 100%, I can relate. They like parts, but not the whole of you. And the whole of you, they don't like, because the parts they're not interested in are part of that whole. And it becomes a conflict with the parts they do like, because they have to accept with it parts that they don't want to have. Sometimes it's not sex. I mean, it's not always sex. Sometimes it's just, it may be something that you're associated with, that they feel once they're associated with you, they'll be associated with that thing. But they don't want the other stuff that comes with it. It happens a lot with women, actually, when they want to be associated with a guy, for example, but the guy who's associated with that thing they're trying to get next to is interested in that woman for sex. So she has to deal with his advances on top of it. You know, she has to deal with him making sexual remarks to her, but she's not interested in him for sex. You know, she's interested in whatever he's associated with. Being associated with him will get her. So sometimes it's not sex. Sometimes it's you know, some attachment to something that that guy or that person has, and vice versa, not just with men, but with women as well. Women sometimes want to get with a guy, but he's not, you know, he's not looking at it that way. He sees an opportunity to, you know, maybe connect with someone else that she's associated with, and it goes around and around, you know. But other times it's often sex. You know, sex is the thing, but they don't want the other parts of that person. That person maybe like be really good in bed, or they really have a sexual attraction to that person, but they're not interested in when they talk about something else. They may be like really into graphic novels and, you know, paper aeroplanes, or not paper aeroplanes, what they call those, you know, those aeroplanes that you build up, model aeroplanes, that's it, or train sets, or bird watching, or something that they're really not into, but they like the sex. You know, but they don't want to deal with the other parts of that person. They don't really want the person. There's this fantasy they want to play out, and that only goes so far. Once they've explored that fantasy, they don't want any more. They're off. I'll be honest with you, I've been in that situation. I've been the one who wanted to play out the fantasy, and then once the fantasy was explored, I wasn't that interested anymore. I've been a victim of that, and I've been, you know, a perpetrator of that, if you like. Who feels it knows it, right? We're both talking about it because we know it. We've seen it. Either seen it happen to someone or ourselves, or we've been, you know, the ones who have been doing it. So you're saying you've done it to people, or are you saying that you've experienced it yourself, or both? For me, it's both. I'll hold my hands up and say it's both. 100%. 100%. Rather than suffer with the curiosity of not knowing, you kind of wanna play it out. You wanna play out the fantasy and see where it goes and explore it, rather than live with the not knowing, the regret of not knowing or trying to play it out. People want to explore. They don't want to not know.